Hey traders, market update time. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so guys, market update time. Just have a quick look at all the indexes here. Just a quick one for you guys today. You actually can see the S&P. The S&P, had sold off, ran up, came down, and basically closed even. Basically even, slight higher close on that, but basically an even there. So really interesting to see. Really interesting to see what that's about. Now the Dow Jones is the one that has it's just wow. Look at that. It's just taken off. You know what I mean? It's really interesting to see what's happening with the Dow Jones right now. So looking at that, and now one thing I do say, guys, is if you look at the Russell, it just ran up to its highs again and hit its highs. But the one thing, and as you guys know, I've said for the last couple of days that I'm short the Nasdaq, and Nasdaq seems to be the weakest one out of the whole lot, because on the Nasdaq we're still getting these lower lows and lower peaks and lower troughs through here. So the Nasdaq is actually the weakest one out of the whole lot. So really interesting times to see what's going on through there, guys. Obviously we still have one more day to go. So one more day for this week here. Looking at what do we got here? So if you look at things like, let me bring this one up here. And if you look at things like the VIX actually held strong today. As you can see, the VIX actually held strong and actually held here, even though the Dow went straight through the roof. The VIX actually held strong where it is right now. So really interesting to see what's happening through there. Plus also looking at silver and gold. Let's actually bring up here. Let's bring up this platform. As you can see, guys, I have so many different layouts because I'm looking at all the different ones. Gold is looking really weak, as I was saying to you guys yesterday. Silver's holding strong, but gold's looking weak, and we had another follow through to the downside with gold. So really interesting stuff, guys, to see what's happening here right now. So that's what's happening with gold. And you see silver had a bit of a drop down. It ran up, came back down, and it's still hovering around that again, that 1850 is that support level there. So that real strong level of support is definitely the one that yes, it's definitely holding through there. So let me just go back and have a look at the weekly charts. Let me show you again the weekly charts that I'm looking at. So the one on the Nasdaq, look at this Nasdaq weekly chart. Nasdaq weekly chart, you can see it totally rejected that resistance level. Now it's actually coming back down on the weekly chart. So really interesting to see happening on the Nasdaq. The S&P is still on the underside. The S&P is still hitting this underlying side of this support and resistance line. So really interesting to see what's going to happen here, guys. I don't know. It's if you see that there, but then if you go and have a look at, say, the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, you can see the Dow Jones is actually closed above it right now. So again, we've still got one more trading day. Banks are closed, but markets are open. Consumer sentiments tomorrow. So it should be a lighter trading day. But it'll be really interesting to see what's going to happen tomorrow and see where these weekly bars are closing. So as you can see, Dow has just made a new high for the year. And definitely crazy bullishness through these markets, guys. Definitely crazy bullishness through these markets. And as you can see, I'm still in my positions, guys, as in like I'm still short the Nasdaq, and I still actually have on the SPY as well too, guys. Like as you guys have known, if I go have a look at, say, so for the SPY, I've got a non-directional play on that one. I definitely don't want it to continue going sideways. That's where I'll lose money with my trade. But I have a non-directional play. So if we start to really screw it up through here, then that's good for me. If we go down through there, that's good for me. So SPY non-directional play, and then the QQQ is a directional and a non-directional play. Meaning I'm short the QQQ, or I said I was short the Nasdaq, but I'm actually short the QQQ, which is basically like really connected to the Nasdaq. So, but I'm short the QQQ, which is basically the Nasdaq ETF. If you're gonna be technical about that, and also have a non-directional play on as well too. So really interesting to see the one that I'm actually short is the one that is actually showing the most weakest sign. And again, guys, if you look at this here. We had this low, and actually let's do this here. Let me go this one here, this one here, this one here, and the market rounds up, and it sort of went sideways. Then it's sideways and then down. So basically that was the low point. Then that was the up, sideways up. So that was a high point. And as you can see from there to there, and that's basically what's happened so far. So you can see we're overall slowly stepping down on the Nasdaq. So. Oh, guys, I tell you, this is definitely a tricky situation. You know, sometimes, talking to my mentor, sometimes when the market's really volatile, if you don't know what you're doing or you're not prepared to obviously place a trade and so on and so forth, then sometimes the best thing to do, guys, is nothing. Is sometimes just step aside and wait for the dust to settle with this. So I think, guys, the rest of this month is going to be crazy. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course. And I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.